when the form becomes readable before it becomes true. The false legibility model describes what happens when something becomes easy to read before it is actually understood. A form may appear clear, familiar, manageable, or acceptable long before its structure has been properly recognized. It becomes readable too early. This is not the same as comprehension. It is the appearance of comprehension. What is trusted is not truth, but recognizability. Research, context. Systems often trust what becomes quickly legible. If something can be named, handled, described, or entered without resistance, it is often treated as already understood. Readability is mistaken for adequacy, but some things become readable before they become structurally clear. Their surface stabilizes first, their consequences arrive later. The problem, then, is not unreadability, it is false legibility. Core concept. False legibility refers to the condition in which a form appears sufficiently readable before adequate structural recognition has occurred. Under false legibility, something may appear familiar before it is understood, manageable before it is situated, nameable before it is interpreted, acceptable before it is traced, visible before it becomes structurally clear. This does not mean nothing is seen. It means what is seen becomes prematurely accepted as enough. The system stops asking what something is because it already appears readable. Structural mechanism. False legibility begins when surface clarity outruns structural recognition. A form invites contact through familiarity. Handling begins before interpretation matures. The readable surface reduces friction, and that reduction is mistaken for understanding. What follows is crucial. Recognition is stabilized too early. By the time deeper consequences emerge, the surface has already been trusted. Correction then becomes reactive instead of preventive. Key observations. Several patterns recur in this condition. Systems often confuse recognizability with structural clarity. The more frictionless a form appears, the less likely deeper recognition is pursued. Contact can proceed under incomplete interpretation. Revision often happens only after consequences begin accumulating. Once readability has stabilized too early, correction becomes secondary rather than primary. False legibility does not hide the problem. It makes the wrong level of clarity feel sufficient. The failure lies not in opacity, but in the success of a readable surface that arrives before truth. Structural consequence. False legibility reframes interpretive failure. The issue is not always that access was blocked. Sometimes access was too easy. A system may fail not because it could not read, but because it stopped reading too soon. What appears clear may still be structurally unresolved. What is readable may still be wrong. Naming declaration. The false legibility model originates within the meta-writing Ecology as a structural model describing what happens when something appears immediately readable, while its operative nature remains structurally unread. It is not derived from semiotics, perception theory, object analysis, or communication failure studies. Its logic arises from ecological analysis of systems in which legibility is produced too early, under conditions where surface recognition exceeds structural understanding. In this model, legibility does not refer to actual comprehension. It refers to the successful appearance of recognizability. False legibility occurs when a form becomes easy to identify, easy to handle, or easy to accept, before the system has adequately understood what it is dealing with. The model does not ask why observers failed. It asks how readability itself can become the first layer of misrecognition.